Hello. Uh, I pe- so today I'm going to talk about HashMap. So I think HashMap. So most big company like to ask these questions, which is more frequently get asked it. So I think you need to prepare. So I will start from a simple question. I prepare all the question related to HashMap, so you can, if you are preparing interview, if you are looking for job position, if you are have the experience, so I think the video is good for you to prepare HashMap. So many question is so many company ask me this question, so that's why I prepare this PowerPoint. So let's go to start it. What is the HashMap? So we know HashMap can use to store key value pairs. The key must be unit associated with values, right? This one is simple, and also HashMap in the if you like solving coding, so HashMap is very popular data structure you need to learn. If you know how to use this one, most of legal question you can quickly find a solution because there's so many questions using HashMap. So it's very good to know this one. And then, so the second question is how the HashMap work internally. This question is also some company asked me this one, so I think you need to know. So when we call the proof method by passing a key value pair, the HashMap using the hash code method to hash key and again the hash code. The hash code is an integer value which is used to determine the bucket where the key value pair will be stored. So we call key value pair is an entry which is stored in a linked list. So if there is already an existing entry in the bucket, so it uses the equal method to check if the pass key already exists. If yes, we just override it, the value. Otherwise, we just create the new entry and store the entry at the end of linked list. So when we call the get method by passing key value, uh, passing key, again, you use the hash code method to find the index in the array, and then use the equal method to find the correct entry and return its value. But I think this one is really hard to understand because just sentence, right? Just statement or definition. So sometimes, so I will draw a graph for you to understand this. What this mean? How HashMap work internally. Now, so we have a bucket, the bucket. So actually, in the default bucket system is 0, 2, 1, and here 16. Yeah, it's default. But if we reach the threshold, so here can increase the size of the bucket. But today we are not talking about this one. So here is key. You can see here's key. So now we need to know they had two methods inside the HashMap. First one is hash code, right? Hash code method. The second is equal method, right? So now we got value from the customer or user. Maybe I got a C, right? C is the value. Now we have second. One second. Maybe second is A, D, F. Right? We have these values now. We need to put the C into the bucket. We need to store the C, right, in our bucket. Now we will we know there are two methods, right? We have get and the put. We for first we need to check using the put first because we need to store the C in our bracket. So now, if we want to try to call the put method, the put method will call the hash code method to hash this C to get the hash code, which is integer. So maybe after hashing C, we get maybe is 2. Okay, 2. So we know C will be stored in this bucket. Will be stored here, but when we find a particular bucket, now we need to use the equal method. So before we store the C in this here, we need to call the equal method. The HashMap we call equal method. Okay, need to comparing. The bucket, the particular bucket already have the value or not. We know here nothing, right? No value here, so we can directly add C here. Now we want to add the A to our hash map. Now we call the pull method. The hash map will call internally call the hash code method. Okay, maybe A. We hash the A. We got a 3. Or we got a 1 maybe. So now we also call the equal method to check. We know 1 doesn't have any values. So we A here. Now D. Now we also want to store the D, and then hash map corner hash code method. But we gonna here D. We gonna 1. So hash code method, which we hash the value to get the random integers. So we don't know we will get 1, 2, 3, 4. We cannot control this one because the calculation is controlled by the hash map. So maybe we get we got 1, maybe we got 2. Nobody know. So it can happen, right? Take 1. So now here we call the e-commerce to check the particular bucket already have value or not. Oh yes, right? We know here already have A. Now equal method will do one thing to check A and the D. A equal to equal method, right? We have equal method. So comparing using the equal method comparing A and D, they are same or not. We know A and D not totally different, right? So here we need to create new entry to store the D. Okay, now D will be added to end of linked list. So one thing you need to sure it can is a link. We're using the linked list to connect each node, each key-value pair. You can use this way to understand. Now F maybe F we got a 4, so F to put in a 4. Oh sorry, F. Now here maybe we will get one more A. So we know A. We hash the A. We always get the hash code, right? A always get A always going to point to the back first bucket, right? So here now we use the equal method to do comparing. So we know 2A is totally same, right? Now we need to override the value. But here I just do because here I just A, right? Maybe here we can do this way. A 4 and A3. Now first we insert this one first. So we here should be A and 4 and 4. So now we know and 4 we know we now currently we insert the second keyword pair A with the 3. Now we know A same because the second A will point to the same bucket. Now we just override the value because now we have the same key, right? Now we need to check the value. We need to override the value. So now 4 is replaced by 3. Yeah, yeah, it's very simple, right? So actually here also see with the value, I didn't do that, but just hopefully you can understand. Now so I'm not sure you understand. I think it's not too hard to understand, right? So if any question, just let me know. I can use Chinese to say again. Now go back to the PowerPoint. Now what is hash collision? So hash collision occur when two different input produce the same hash value when persist through a hash function. So here, what is the hash collision? Just mean like this one. A, we know A hash collision mean A and D. So we have different input, right? We have A and D. They are totally different input, but they are point to the same bucket. So we call this situation is hash collision. Yeah, more than one keyword pair in same bucket. We call this one hash collision. So just remember this one. So what is contract between hash code and echo method? This question also is very frequent frequently got asked by interviewer. I made this question so many times, so I think you need to know this one. So the basic loop of contract stating that if two objects are equal to each other based on the equal method, then the hash code must be same. But if the hash code is same, then the hash code can return 4. So do you understand this one? So equal to each other on equal method, then the hash code must be same. Okay. So now let me call this out. What is this mean? Two objects are equal, and then the equal method. So we have one object. Maybe an object is A and 4. For example, we have the people class, a person, where person class, in the person class we have two values. Maybe this one is name, this one is age. So now we have create two objects. The two objects have the same content. Okay, we have the n1 equal to, just make it simple. N2 equal to, actually here I use the new operator. So we create again this object. Okay. Oh. Now here two objects are same. Now go back to the definition. Two objects are equal to each other based on the equal method. Then the hash code should be same, right? So we know here so we will say the two objects will point to the same because the two objects same, right? So definitely the two objects will point to the same bucket. If they point to the same bucket, which means they have same hash code, right? So that's why here say if two objects are equal to each other based on equal method name, the hash code must be the same because if two the two objects are with the same content, so definitely they will point to the same bucket, right? So here's is easy to understand, right? Now go to the second condition. Then hash code must be same, but hash code is the same. Then equal method can return 4. So what that mean? Um, so we know we maybe here we create this second object with different content, maybe B with the 3, but because we use the hash code method to hash the object, right? But it can return 1. It can return any integer. So these two objects is possible to get the same hash code integer, right? It can happen, right? So here that's why these two different two objects point to the same bucket, but we cannot say they are these two objects point to the same bucket. We cannot say the two objects are the same, right? But you see A here, the first object have the A, the second object has the B, even though they point to the same bucket. So it's possible return 4 because they have different object. Okay. Now, what happen if HashMap doesn't override the hash code method? Actually, I never interviewer asked me this question. But if you are interested in HashMap this topic, so you can go deep. I think I already go deep. If you really like HashMap, you really want to understand the entire what is HashMap. So I think it's helpful to you understand. The HashMap is the definition is the entry and how to quickly retrieve name if hash code method is not overridden in classes, so used as key in the HashMap. The default implementation in the object class is used. Here, what can happen in that case? So now I could add a class, but because if we directly uh seeing a definition, I don't think you can understand. So I create class. Now here I create a person class. The class have two fields, name and age. It's constructor. Now here I override hash code method. Is equal method. Now go back to here, main class. So I create a hash map, the key as person, the value as string. Now here I create two objects with the same content. So I put here key P1 is key with the value, and then now let's see what happened here. Now you can see we got the second entry, 2 second entry, right? So because here the first object and the second object have the same content, so the second object will replace the previous object. So which mean here, let me do this way. P1, maybe here's P1. Now here's P2. Now P1 and P2 have the same value, right? So you can see here. So use this one. Let me P1 have this, and the P2 have this. P1, P2 have the same content, right? So now you can understand key, and the value is the one is first entry. Now here second value is key or key. No, second value is for second entry. Now we know the first key and the second key have the same content, right? But they have different entries. So which means when we the HashMap, we hash this one first, and then we point to particular bucket, maybe first one. Now we will Q1 pair will be the P1 will be create here, will be stored here. Then we will call this second Q1 pair. We store the second Q1 pair. We know the key the second P2 has the same content, so they will point to the same bucket, right? But they have different values. So the first entry will be replaced by the second entry. So the P1, P2, which means P1, P2 will share the same memory, but just here is just Alice with the 30 edges. I know with the value second entry. So because I don't have space can write, hopefully you can understand. So here will be second, over here I would say second entry. Now go back to go back to here. Now because my question say if HashMap doesn't overrun hash code, now doesn't overrun hash code. So we know hash code. We call the hash code which can calculate the hash, which determine which bucket in the Q1 pair will be stored. But now we doesn't overrun this one. So just I mentioned before, the HashMap will call. So you can see here. You can see here is prime 31 is 1. Prime time result plus age. So age we provided, right, is 30. We know it's 30. And it's Alice, right? But here, so why we get a different integer? Because we use a different age, right? But now the two objects have the same age, which means that's why we can two objects will point to the same place, right? It makes sense, right? Now we didn't overrun this one, so we don't have a chance to calculate the age. So how HashMap is working? So HashMap will internally call an object. So we know P1 and P2. P1, P2 have different memory address, right? So maybe it's random character, maybe A blah 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 is our address, and it's A3D and 311 211. Nobody know, right? Just memory address. Now interesting, right? They just HashMap hash the memory address. So which means we will always get different. We always get different hash code number, right? So we will point to different bucket, even though these two objects have the same content. So here, so what happened here? So we totally will get different. We will get the first entry and the second entry. Let's see what happened here. So let me save. So you can see. So here, because we calculate, because we don't need to comparing and calculating this of Alice over the age. We don't need to do that because we didn't override the hash code method, right? So now we need to hash in the object, the memory address, right? P1, P2, they have different address. So maybe that's why this one will point to maybe P1 maybe point to the first bucket, the P2 point to the last bucket. It's possible, right? Because we just calculate the memory address. So that's why here we got the first entry and the second entry. Now, okay. Now next question. So what happens if HashMap doesn't override the echo method? Okay. So here I put an example here. So we have two objects with same content. So in normal HashMap, only one object will be stored in a particular bucket, right? So because we didn't override, but in this case, because we didn't override echo method, so two objects with the same content will be stored in the same bucket. Now let's see. Let's run it first. Now we on command this one and the command the echo method. So let's see what happened here. Okay, we still getting the first entry and second entry, but it's not possible, right? In a normal HashMap, these two cannot put. Only one can be present in HashMap because what happened is because we didn't overrun the echo method. So what's mean? Now let's come back to here. Now, okay, now come back. So we know we have hash code. We override hash code method, but we don't have echo method. Okay, now we have this situation. So now the HashMap will hash this one, right? So we know P1, P2 will point to the same bucket, point to maybe first bucket. Now here we know we doesn't override the echo method. Which means the P1. Now why using the echo method? Because echo method to do like comparing to objects. If we already have the key1 pair layer, which override the value. If the two key are same, now because we don't have the echo method, which means now the P1, P2, P1 will connect to P2. Then we'll put in the same list, right? They have same list. So that's why here display two first entry and second entry, even though they have the same content. Yeah, now, okay. And also what I forgot mention one thing. Before the draw A, so for example, maybe each bucket can maximum store 100 elements, right? So maybe P1 connect to P2, and the P2 and the P blah 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 P100. Now is if we have one more element, P 101, what happen if P1 101 also want to store in a particular bucket, in this bucket? Now, do you think it's possible we can add it? So before in the draw A, so we have new feature in the draw A. So if we reach the threshold of particular bucket, so we convert the linked list to the red bracket tree. Yeah. So we know tree can store more element and more efficient. So we know tree is like this one, right? This one is 3. And the original we using a linked list to store each element, each key in a pair. But if we want to go through, if we want to find a particular value, so we need to go through the list, right? So what is the time complexity of the list for searching? It's all b of n. The time complexity b of n. The tree is log n. For if you are familiar with the algorithm or data structure, you should be know tree is log n. Log n is faster than the b of n, right? So next, since the dry have these features, so we can HashMap is more efficient, can store elements, and we can quickly retrieve the particular value. Okay, apart from this, let's go back my PowerPoint. And now it's the final slide. So what is different between hash table and hash map? This question also is very frequently get asked. If you are fresh, you are just graduate from college. Okay, this question, I think they would like to ask you this question. So first, hash map is not thread safety, but hash table is thread safety. And the second, HashMap allow us to insert one no key and multiple no values, but hash table doesn't allow us to insert any no keys and no values. I will not going to implement this one to display how to work internally hash table. So never take much time. So now thank you for watching my